I know a lot of people ain't gonna watch this video, but this is something that I just want to make just to make because I really do miss the motherfucking 90s. I know it's the year 2025, and I know the 90s was about nearly 30 years ago, or it's it's something about it that makes me want to go back. It's like I can't stand technology. I just can't stand all the fake technology today. Like it's like technology always been around for nearly 100 years, but to say that technology is just so great today is just shocking to me. That actually, you know, like cell phones and TVs and video games and computers and that already been there, done that. Like that came out in the late 90s, like around 96, 97, 98, where people were just shocked at seeing the cell phone. And because the cell phone was out before that, it was out in the 70s. But when technology came to be, it was just so, like, people really didn't want it. Now, I know people will say that's a lie. They're happy that they have technology. But technology to me is trash. It's like, it's something, it took away something that we used to do back in the day that we don't have today. Like it took away from the Generation X's. It just took something from my generation. It just took something. The year 2025, it's so boring. It's like people say, "Well, you should go and do stuff." Do what? What did we have in the 90s that made us actually go out and enjoy ourselves? We went out. Like it was like no staying in the crib. You know, everything was cheaper. Clubs, bars, women were everywhere. I mean, women were everywhere. They came out. Men came out because the women were out. If the women were at the club, the men were at the club. If women got free drinks, men were there. They didn't give a fuck how much the club was costing, like $20, $30. They'll pay just to get in to see the women. And it was packed in the club. I mean, packed to the gills, dog. I mean, you couldn't even fit in the club. You had to stand outside sometimes, or you had to come a lot earlier so you could get in the club. And shorties were always around, dressed up in a shit. Like today, you see women just dressed with half nothing on today. But the 90s, at least women were a little more sophisticated, dressed in their shit. You know, I know they wanted booty shorts, tights, and shit like that, but they were more lightly, more a little bit more classier than the women today. And I'm just saying, I think the women are trifling in this generation than it was when I was growing up. Because not growing up, but when I was in my 20s in the 90s. And I talk about this to my boy all the time. Like, I miss that shit. People's like, well, you should just move on. Why should I fucking move on? My memories is the best time of my life, dog. Your memories is the best time of your life. If you never had memories, why the fuck are you alive? Like, why do you care about what's going on in the future? You don't even know what's going to happen in your future. You don't know if you're going to live tomorrow. You don't know you're going to live 5 seconds from now, an hour, a minute. You don't know. Your life can end at any time. So all you have is your memories. That's why we have a brain. That's why we have a memory bank to remember about our good times. And my good times, I'm not saying it was great. I'm not saying it's like fantastic, but my memories were into the 90s, my high school days, prom, football. You know what I mean? Um, it's just going like when I got my 20s, man, to drink for the first time, smoke weed for the first time, just being a girl, like going out, meeting girls on the block. Like you could walk up and down the street, girls gonna have their earphones on, girls gonna be dialing in their phones, texting on Instagram and on social media, because social media really didn't exist like that. I mean, you did have social media, but you didn't have social media because you had to get on a computer. Your phone didn't have social media yet. I mean, you could take pictures and shit like that, but you could text. That's it. You couldn't go on, Wi-Fi, or they didn't have Wi-Fi back then yet. They didn't have Wi-Fi. You can go and go to your Facebook or go to because Facebook didn't come out till later down in the year 2000s. YouTube didn't come out till the year 2000s. You know what I mean? And many other social media sites didn't come out until the 2000s. So in the 90s, we were basically enjoying ourselves. And I know a lot of my homies and a lot of people that I know that lived in that time will tell you, well, that was the past. You know, why? Why? That like they don't have the clubs no more. Like women don't even go to club. Women go to the clubs and don't even see niggas in there anymore. Niggas go to clubs and don't even see females in there anymore. We go to these streets that we used to go to. I live in Philadelphia, so we used to have so many places to go. And when we go to these places, it's not the same anymore. They charge you a ass just to go somewhere. I mean, clubs used to be sometimes for free. Now you gotta pay 40, $50 to get into a club. Strip clubs, you can go to strip clubs basically for free to go in, and you pay when you're in a strip club. But now you gotta pay a boatload of money to get into a strip club because these weird looking ass girls that thinking they the shot. Like I'm like strip clubs were way better back when I was growing up. I mean, I know the trashy ass hooded little strip clubs, but those women were bad back then because those women actually kept themselves in shape. Now everybody talk about the women today are more likely fit. I'm good. I'd rather go back to the 90s because women didn't. Weight was not even a concern for women back when I was growing up. Even though they had gyms, but weight wasn't really a concern for women. And a lot of men loved big women back then. And even if you were fit, men will, will call that stuck up or arrogant. Like you know, but the thing about it today is everybody dating anybody. Everybody just you can't even get a woman attention anymore because when you walk by them, they're on their phone. They on their phone for hours. You can't even get a chance to talk to a girl. They're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all these kind of other social media sites. You can't even get their attention. If you do, all they give you, the credentials that they give you, is not even their phone number anymore. They just give you the Instagram and all this fucking other bullshit that you didn't have to worry about getting back then because if they gave you their phone number, they gave you an opportunity. If you called them and they answered their phone, that means they wanted to talk to you. Now, if their brother answered the phone, their mom answered the phone, or they give you the wrong number, that's different. But they give you an opportunity to stop and talk to you. Even that some females didn't like that men stop and talk to a female for 20 to 25 minutes because the female's like, damn, you talking to me this long, you'll never get the chance to know me on the phone. So some guys will talk for like 5 minutes and then they'll leave the girl alone and they'll walk off and then they'll call them and then they'll have a full blown conversation on the phone with them. And like I said, a lot of these people to this generation was not born back when I was young. So to see a video being made about the 90s in which people always talk about was trash and all other kind of stuff. That's like how you know the 90s was trash. You wasn't born in that era. And a lot of my generation think that 90s was not that great because social media wasn't around. I was like, fuck social media. Why do we need what's social media going to do for me back in the day? Nothing. It wasn't going to do absolutely nothing. It's going to do the same thing it's doing today. It will distance yourself from females. It will distance yourself from your family. It will distance yourself from everything. You won't be able to be able to worry about shit because all you do is worry about your phone. Because back then, that's all we do was worry about shit. Because we had a lot of things on our mind about working, making money. People hustled, all that kind of stuff, and they didn't need a phone to do that. They didn't need technology to do that. That's why I love the past. And people worked back then. People had jobs, actual jobs. People didn't worry about their phone ringing every 15 minutes at work. They had to worry about their kids complaining about shit because we had babysitters back then to actually watch their fucking kids. We actually had, our parents watch our kids and they had problems being a grandmom and a grandfather. Especially my generation. My grandmother was old, so she didn't mind having her, if she, well, I didn't have no kids around the time, but her other family members would bring the kids over. We had Thanksgiving, we had Christmas, we had holidays. You don't see nobody going to their fucking holidays no more. We gotta go to our friend homes to go to a holiday. We can't even go to our own mom and pops or grandmas or uncles' houses to celebrate holidays no more because they don't have it because everybody's on their phone when they get there. Like everybody's on their phone talking to somebody else's, wishing somebody else a happy Thanksgiving and talking to them for hours while their family's sitting at the table eating. Oh, hold on. I gotta answer my phone. Let me go over here and go to the side and answer my phone. Yo, what's going on? Why you still on your phone? Oh, I'm talking to somebody. Come on, get off your phone. Come and eat at the table. That's why I made all this food. They don't have that because back then we didn't have phones. We didn't have phones to sit at the table because my grandma made sure we didn't have nothing at the table. We had our family. We talk, we eat, we open up presents, and we go home. But we couldn't even wait for the weekend. This is the thing I always used to love. When I used to was in school, we couldn't wait for the weekends, dog. We couldn't wait to ride our bikes. We couldn't wait to play our video games. We couldn't wait to spend all day out fucking side. You know what I mean? And this is when, not even as a kid, even as a grown up, we couldn't wait for the weekends because the weekends was the best time to go to hotel parties, house parties, clubs, bars. Everybody was the fuck out. When Friday came, everybody knew when Friday came and that mall was packed, everybody was heading out the mall, going somewhere after the mall. Going somewhere, not going to their phone, not going to text nobody, and be on their phone all day with their head down and shit. Because I walked into so many motherfuckers that don't keep their fucking head up when they walking down the fucking street. You got motherfuckers that drive with their fucking phone, texting and shit all over the fucking place, killing each other, driving cars and shit, talking on their phone. Like the other day, I'm in a car with my homie and his sister. This dude, he cool and everything, but he was on his phone, looking through his phone through the whole time he was driving. Like he didn't have his head up. He wasn't paying attention to the road. He stood there for like a few seconds looking at his phone while cars were all the way like the light was green and he's still looking at his phone. Like come on, man. Like what? Like this is crazy. Like this invented thing that really turned me like wow because every time I be on my phone, I don't even use my phone like that because I don't talk to people like that. But I don't be on my phone like that. Only time I be on my phone is when I'm listening to music or I need somebody to call me or I'm with my homies. That's it. I'm not even on my phone. I don't care if I'm on Facebook. I'm on there for 5 seconds because Facebook's trash. It's just trash. It used to be fun back then when it first came out. Facebook's trash. All these sites now are actually trash. Especially because I'm older, I guess. Because it was fun when it first came out. I guess were you surprised to seeing these things like MySpace and Tag and many other social media sites like Black Planet and all them, trying to be dating sites. You had eHarmony was free before they started making you pay. Now they got Tag. You got to pay on Tag. You got to pay to be on Moco Space. You got to pay now. Think about this. Back then you didn't have to pay. Now you got to pay. You got to even pay to be on Facebook because you only can use certain things on Facebook. You got to pay for. Even on Twitter, even on YouTube, you got to pay things. Remember, YouTube used to be free. Now they make you pay for shit. Now I know they got a lot of sponsors that pay through commercials, but they make regular people pay. Like back then, it was so much fun because when you got on it, you knew that damn, maybe in the future it's going to be a lot easier to use because it was a little bit harder to use back then because it was just getting, YouTube just came out in 2004. But now you look at it like, goddamn, these social media sites, people be on these sites and spending money on these motherfucking sites, spending lots of money on these sites. You know what I mean? Even TVs, cable was cheap. You know what I mean? Even though you got to get like Prism, Cinemax, they had HBO 5 or 6 or 7. They have all these numbers because they had radio HBO, they had Prism Cinemax, they had some real good movies, like for free. Sometimes you gotta pay for the boxing and shit like that, wrestling. That was fine because that was pay-per-view. That's when pay-per-view was cheaper. When you pay for like 1995 or 1999 to watch a wrestling match. Or they used to have Saturday free boxing. They used to come on Channel 29 or I don't know where it used to come on in other states, but in Philly used to come on. When Mike Tyson used to fight, they used to show Mike Tyson fights for free. Now you gotta pay to watch these dumb fights. It's like crazy. Like it's amazing how technology destroyed people by being, especially it made us lazy. Technology made us fucking lazy. I swear to God, it made us fucking lazy. We get fat, we eating now. You know what I mean? We're at a hospital like every fucking day. Like we lazy now. We depend on technology, but we didn't depend on it when we were kids because we depend on going out and enjoying ourselves, exercise. That's why us generation were never fat and never lazy because our mom and dads made sure that we didn't stay in the house. We took our asses outside and we played every fucking day. Even it was like early in the morning. I used to hear kids up at 6 in the fucking morning playing outside, riding their bikes, riding their skateboards, running up and down the street. You would hear them 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. But today, you don't hear nobody. Everybody fucking sleeping. Everybody fucking snoring until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they want to get the fuck up. Then they want to complain about they got no money and no job. Or they complain that they fat. But look at it how we used to do back in the day. And instead of now, this is my generation. This is my generation. It's not the newer generation. The newer generation is absolutely lazy. But my generation is catching on to this generation and they lazy. Because we used to have some fun, dog. And I don't know why that we don't look at our past as being something that really helped us, live this long. Because half of the time, when you're a little kid, when you're in your youth, you're more likely to be doing a lot more than you are as an adult. But when you think about your past, you be like, damn, I should start doing like the things I used to do when I was younger. Go out and do something. I mean, go out there, run around, talk to people. Because back then when we were younger, when we were in our 20s, us guys were more, we conversated with anybody. We didn't give a fuck who it was. Male, female, whoever it was, we talked. Now people are afraid of motherfucking people. You got people carrying knives, guns around. People are scared of motherfuckers. We wasn't scared of nobody back then. Back then we used to have drive-by shootings. Our moms and dads were like, okay, drive-by's done. Take your ass outside and go and play. I mean, we playing around the dead body. We were playing around the chalk. We go into abandoned buildings, got a whole bunch of drugs in that motherfucker, and we sit around and be up there playing around in there. We used to do shit back then that we had no fear. We had no fear. We wasn't afraid of cops. We had no fear. We didn't have fear of nobody. Cops really didn't pick with us back then than they do now. You can really tell because today's generation of people are being more locked up than the people in the past, even though we had a lot of violence and drugs. But you gotta understand, they didn't mess with the kids like that. You know what I mean? But now they do it nowadays. They be fucking with everybody. You know what I mean? But we used to have some like we wasn't afraid to go. We wasn't afraid to just say, yo, let's go and take our bikes and ride downtown or ride here or ride here or let me go and meet this shorty. Live in the projects. Let me go see this girl in the shorty in the projects. We wasn't afraid to go to the projects and meet a shorty, even though a bunch of niggas be standing out there watching us, looking like they're gonna kill us. But we went out there anyway. We enjoyed our life. We had fun, man. I miss that shit. I don't know how nobody missed the past, dog. How we stranded in this boring ass 2000s. Like it's so boring, dog. You know it's nothing to do. It's nothing. They closed down half of every fucking thing. They're tearing shit down to rebuild shit, and they're rebuilding shit for this newer generation that have these. It's just weird when you used to look at the past and say, damn, everything was good. But like this old mall used to have in Philadelphia, it used to be called the Gallery, was the greatest mall ever to us because when we were younger, that was our kingdom. They tore that shit down and made it to some trappy ass, boring ass mall. The mall might be closed down in a few years. We used to have a lot of malls that stayed open for a long period of time, and they're gone. We had a lot of places that we used to go to and enjoy. Now they're gone because they took it away from us, so they're rebuilding for this new generation. And it's sad because down the older generation is looking like, damn, you taking everything from us. What we're gonna have? What's gonna happen? It's like they want us to gain weight. They want us to get sick. They want us to not enjoy our time. To show our kids like, look, this is what we had back in the day. And show our kids like the things that we used to do. Because when we talk about it, these kids don't believe that we used to do this shit. The things that we did, I could talk to my daughter about the shit I did in my past. My daughter probably like, why is my dad telling me this? I don't believe a goddamn thing my dad is telling me. Because we did some absolutely fun shit back then. Great Adventure, Dorney Park, beaches everywhere. Everybody was fucking outside. No, everybody was outside. Grandma, grandpa, block parties, events, concerts, free. You don't have that shit no more. You probably got to pay for the 4th of July now. And they shooting up the 4th. We don't know what's going to happen on the 4th of July. It's going to be some crazy shit happen on the 4th of July. They would have some crazy shit for the last few years of 4th of July. New Year's. Christmas was the best time really for us kids because we couldn't wait for Christmas. We couldn't wait for Easter. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't wait for certain holidays to come. Like Halloween. We couldn't wait for fucking Thanksgiving. We would wait for them days. Now people don't give a fuck about them days. Like Thanksgiving, Halloween, Valentine's Day. Waste of time, waste of money. Because we used to have fun with it. We used to be adventurous when we had these holidays. These holidays today, they're not adventurous. They're trash. Everything's just trash in this generation. This generation is so boring and it's lazy motherfuckers. You see it every day. You don't see nobody doing nothing. Nothing. It's like everybody is in the house. Everybody love the house. It's like the house is like ever since 2020, ever since the pandemic, people been in the house ever since then. It's like before that, everybody was out. 2017, 2018, 2019, before the pandemic even happened, everybody was out. They had everything. It's like they celebrated our ending to our time of having fun in 2019. Because when the pandemic came, everybody got afraid of coming back outside. Everybody doesn't like people thinking that everybody's going to kill them. Everybody's going to get kidnapped. You got these dumbass presidents and governors in office that really fuck it up. You got everything that's just. We had the best presidents in the 90's. It's crazy. Even in the 80's, best presidents. Reagan, Clinton. I don't even care about what say about Bush. Bush was an idiot, but at least he was somewhat of a all right president. You had George Bush Senior, George Bush Junior. Then you got to the Obamas, and after that, it was just ended. Like it ended right there. And we could go back further than that to other presidents. But this generation of government is trash. Everything is trash. Money, banks, loans, credit cards. Everything is just not the same anymore because everything has went up. Gas. Gas used to be fucking cheap as shit back in the 90's. Cheap. Before they started having these little wars in Afghanistan and all that shit in Iraq in the 90's. But that's when gas prices went up and went down. but the economy was a little bit better. Housing was a little better. You could find houses, apartments, cars. You could buy your own fucking block. You could buy your own little area of a lot for cheap. Now you can't fucking do that shit no more. You can't do none of that shit. People are scrambling to try to survive today. It's crazy because that's why I say I love my past. And I wish I could take a time machine, get in that time machine, and go back. I mean, I know it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like everybody say, oh, well, you can say about that. Well, what about this and that of today? Nothing surprised me of today. Nothing comes out that's new surprises me because I know it's all recycled shit. Everything that comes out, like cell phones, TVs, all this stuff is recycled. And they're bringing back stuff that we used to have back in the 90s, like toys. All these motherfuckers are selling toys, selling sneakers. They're selling all that shit that we used to have back in the 90s. And they thinking it's this new thing. It's not nothing new. All this shit that they're selling, like the Batmans, the Avengers, the Pokemon, all that shit is back when we were growing up. We had enjoyed that stuff. Now people are selling it today. So what is so different? It's not about recycled shit. TVs, these flat screens are nothing but big ass fucking TVs, but they made them smaller. That's all they did. We had the big flat screen TV that used to have a big back to it. It was the really first original flat screen TV. All they did was take the fucking screen off the front of the fucking big back and made it smaller. That's all they did. The Xbox 360, PlayStation, they just updated it. That's all they did was just update it with a little bit more graphics, a little better, more technology and AI. That's all they did. Cell phones, same thing. They used to have the first cell phone that came out in the 90s of the iPhone, the first little miniature iPhone. That motherfucker is revamped so many fucking times, but it's the same motherfucking thing. It's just they made it bigger. And they put the AI a little bit faster. They put the RAM in there a little bit. The motherboard's a little bit quicker. That's all they did. And they made the camera a lot better. That's it. What's so different about it? What's going on? Oh, you could do a lot more with your phone. You could do a lot. You could do the same thing on a camera, a regular camera that you could do on your cell phone. They took all that shit from a camera, from a regular basic camera, and put it on a cell phone. That's all they did. They didn't do anything special to a phone. They just put your fucking radio on the phone. You could buy a radio. You can still buy the MP3 player. MP3 player is nothing but on your phone. But you used to have the MP3 player back then, the little small motherfucking MP3 players that can hold over 1,000 songs, 3,000 songs. Now you got your phone that can hold infinity songs, but that's different than we used to have in the past because we used to have a lot of songs, even on your computer. On your computer, you could download this song called I think it was called Lime or something like that. You could download songs for free until they started saying you start copywriting, so they would stop that. There's a lot of shit we had in the 90s. Backpage, OnlyFans, Backpage. We had Backpage. We had Craigslist. We had other fucking pay-to-play sites. Now you got OnlyFans. Like, OnlyFans is this new fucking thing. People forgot about Backpage. People forgot about Craigslist. Craigslist was one of the biggest motherfucking prostitute rings in the world at the time until Backpage came out. And Backpage came in. Backpage started making millions. And then they kicked in the door trying to stop them from Backpage. Like, this stuff been out for years. Like, porn sites were the biggest thing. Now everybody's talking about, oh, now we can sell photos online and sell videos. Man, the one thing I love about porn sites, they're still free. Then you still go on a porn site and get videos for free without paying some damn girl to send you some fucking videos that really, honestly, she sent it to somebody else for $50. And I can go online and get a free, especially if you're a man, you should be able to do all that shit. You should be going out and get yourself a woman. But nowadays it's so fucking hard to even get a woman to talk to you. So that's why I think men are doing that shit. Because they just get fed up with women and they say, fuck it, you might as well just go and look on OnlyFans and post some videos and they sell they're all over the internet selling shit. It's like they created the new Craigslist and they created the new Backpage. It's through Facebook and many other websites that you can actually do that. It is crazy. Like, money is just like today's money was different than the past money. I mean, way different. Because people used to hustle. They didn't give a fuck about hustling. Even if they had cell phones, they hustled. Anything they could get to make any money. But see, cell phones today, they really stop people from, they make people hustle, but they make them hustle the wrong way through other means that they don't need to do. That's why I like back then, you didn't care because when you went outside, the first thing you think about was money. You know what I mean? And think about you just, if people will actually like buy like little things from you, or you knew somebody that would buy stuff from you. Today, you got all these different websites that selling shit. Like, goddamn, everybody's selling shit? Like, goddamn, everybody's selling everything? Like, the littlest thing I see on these, like, before Amazon, what you call it, came out, I forgot it was another website. It wasn't a website. It was something that came out. I think it was a website. It was way before Amazon and eBay. It came out that you could sell, you could buy and sell stuff. I forgot what it was called, but it was like a little small little piece of crap site, but it made money. But they shut it the fuck down, or I think they sold it or something like that. Like I said before, people don't care. People love this generation for some reason. I don't know why my generation is trying to compete with this generation. Why is my generation competing with this generation? My generation should be competing with this generation because all the shit that this generation has is ours. It's just they just used a little bit of paint and a little bit of crayon, colored it in, and made it say, "Oh, this is ours." They copyrighted us, and I always say this generation copyrighted us. They copyrighted us, but they want to say this is their shit, and it's not their shit. They just advanced shit and probably added little things to it. But I don't know why my generation has to compete with this generation with style, clothes, food, music. Our music was better. Our food was better. Our everything was better in our generation. It's just facts. Because when we ate food, we didn't get all fat. I mean, we have all this fucking steroid and all this different types of shit in our food and all this different kind of all this about poisons and shit in our food. We didn't have all that shit. That's why a lot of us stayed the way we were when we were younger, staying skinny. We used to look at our pictures like, God damn, I was skinny. But I used to eat a lot because all our food didn't have all that fucking nasty shit and all that fatty acid shit in our foods. See, people don't cook no more. That's what I'm saying. Back when we were growing up, we had family members that could cook. So when we went to our grandmas or aunts or uncles or any of our family members, and they were old, they cooked. They cooked. You can even tell today, I tell you this, right? Some of the back, even when I used to date women that were like Puerto Rican, different type of nationalities, they used to fucking cook. Like cooking is like lost art in this generation. Nobody fucking cooks. You don't have family outings like you have barbecues. Who gives a fuck about a barbecue? But having a family outing that have family come to the crib and actually a family member that cook. Now I'm not saying there's a lot of women out there that can't cook. There's women out there that can fucking cook. Even there are men out there that cook. But we're going to fucking fast food restaurants. I mean, I can't shop for shit. I don't know how to shop. I'm gonna buy some junk because I never knew how to shop when I was young. But I could cook. I will sit there and cook shit. You know what I mean? I will cook for anybody. But the thing about it is that I don't do it that much because I don't have that much people in my life to cook for. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is that, I know people that can cook. My homeboy is like practically a chef, but he doesn't cook that much. You know what I mean? I got a lot of friends that could cook, but they don't cook that much because they don't be around their family that much. Or they don't cook, they cook only people that they know. Like family members. They don't cook for nobody outside their family members. But now, you don't see nobody cooking. You see everybody going to like Chinese store, Poppy store, going to a Pizza Hut, going to McDonald's, Burger King, and all that shit is making us fat. I mean, and the people say, "Oh, you fat?" I'm not fat. I'm fat because my medication. I'm on a steroid, so that's why my face is all fat. If I was on a steroid, I'd be small as hell. I'm on a steroid. That's the reason why my face is fat. I got this thing called HS. It's a disease. It's a skin disease that I need the steroid to use to actually keep my skin disease in control. That's why I have this thing called the moon face because they give you that when you take steroids. It happens to everybody that takes steroids. Even people that work out that use steroids get the same thing as I get. It's this thing called moon face because if they don't work out every day, fluids start flowing to their faces and make their face fat. And even my lower body's smaller than my upper body. So you probably will like, damn, this boy is weird shape because that always been like that with me. But when I was younger, I was skinny as shit. I weighed like 140, and I used to eat a lot. I used to, fast food restaurants wasn't like my mom, but like, okay, well, go and get a hoagie. Go. My mom used to fucking cook. My mom's boyfriend used to cook. My grandma used to cook. My aunts used to cook. Family members used to cook. Like, my dad's mom used to cook. My dad knew how to cook. But we don't have that no more. We have everybody want to go out. These kids be bitching and complaining, Mom, I want cake. Mom, I want chips. Mom, I want soda. And that's the reason why all this food is making us so unhealthy. And we don't want to go to the gym. Even if we have money. See, man, I'm starting my gym membership this week anyway. So Monday, I'm going to the gym. I'm starting the gym. And I'm going to start losing some weight or gaining muscle or something because I'm sick and tired of struggling through the years of looking at myself from now and when I was younger. And I'm like, God damn, even when I was working, I was so much in shape. And I stopped that and I got lazy. And I don't like that feeling. That's why I don't like being sick either. But the thing about it is when you lose something that you had in your past and you wish you could gain that back. It's hard to get it, but when you get it, you'll be happy to get it because people be like, damn, man, I'm old. I don't need to be doing nothing. Nigga, are you serious? I be seeing 60-year-old motherfuckers that look like their bodies are like 20-year-olds because they fucking are determined to keep themselves healthy. And even though it's hard because of the food today, and all the social media that be lying to you about this is how you lose weight, this is how you lose weight, this is what you're supposed to eat. They lie to you so much. That's why I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the past and see what kept me from not gaining weight. Because if you look at your past and you were skinny, someone was keeping you fucking skinny. And it has sometimes nothing to do with you having a thyroid or something. It's something that it's something that your mom or dad or your grandma, your grandfather did to keep you from gaining a whole bunch of weight. Because we didn't eat that much because we went back outside and we ran that weight off. But nowadays we eat and we sit in the house and we sit and watch fucking Netflix. We'll sit down and watch YouTube all day after we ate a big ass meal, knowing that food sits in our stomachs. And even when we go to the bathroom, we still have other shit that sits in our stomach. And we don't clean our colon. We don't take no type of stuff to clean our colon because our colon is what we're supposed to clean to keep all that waste out, to keep all that nasty fat and shit out, to help us keep our stomach small. But we don't do that. We're lazy. My generation should have. My generation just like, okay, we just gave up. We just gave this generation their generation, and we like, oh, we're just gonna give up and just get lazy. We got kids. Oh, our kids is gonna take all what we did, so we're just gonna die lazy. No, we shouldn't do that shit. We should be dying lazy. We should be dying unhealthy. We're unhealthy. My generation is more unhealthy than this generation. At least this generation is trying to keep themselves healthy. My generation just gave the fuck up. Even the millennials. The millennials are even trying to keep themselves healthy. You know what I mean? And my generation, Generation X's, and even I'll tell you another generation, the baby boomers. They taking their time. You see these baby boomers, they be over 100 fucking years old, dog. 100 years old. Like 103, 112. Outliving my generation, and this millennial generation and this Generation Z might outlast my generation too. We've been around only for only 30 years, dog. We've been around for what, 40 years? That's crazy. We've been around only 40 years, dog. And my generation has been, from the 90's, been healthy. 2000s were unhealthy. And we're lazy. And we're dependent on social media and to take care of us, like this generation is doing. We just sat along our grandkids and said, you know what? I want to be just like you. I want to be like what my grandfather, my grandmom used to do, or my mom or my dad. I want to be just like my son. I want to be just like my daughter. I want to copycat everything you do. This is what my generation doing. We're trying to copycat the generation that took our shit. How are we copycatting somebody's shit that they took from us, that they're copycatting? But we think that, oh, no, this is a new thing. It's like, fuck, none of this shit is new. None of this shit is new. It's crazy how my generation think all this new advanced technology is fucking new, and we're the first ones to fucking see it. We're the first one to pick up a cell phone. We're the first one to enjoy a video game. We were the first ones to do everything before this generation even got the chance to even look at this shit. Ever since the 1980s on down, we are the ones from the 70s, or even from late early 70s to now. We are the ones that actually enjoy the newer generation of things. Even the baby boomers got a chance to enjoy the technology, and they couldn't even stand technology. They knew that was something was going to happen in the future with technology. My generation shouldn't even. We should have been like no, but we didn't. We just say, you know what? It's going to be the future. We're going to see cars flying. We're going to see people, you know, disappearing in one area, reappearing in another. We'll be able to do time machines. All that was bullshit. All that was bullshit. Everybody know we were not gonna do no damn time traveling. Everybody knew that we were gonna find no damn cars. Everybody knew that we wasn't gonna be having technology that's gonna do far advanced than we was, because all that shit is recycled bullshit. And then they tell you that all the shit is new. This is a new this. This is a new that. That shit is not new. All they do is updated. Like the Tesla cars, them with a big ass computer. But they had a car before that was a computer. That had a computer in the car way before Tesla. But they discontinued it because they thought it wasn't working right. Because they had, honestly, if you ever look at movies, they used to show you these type of cars before they fucking came the fuck out. But they never came out for real. Because they already made these cars. They made the Tesla before the Tesla back in the 80s, in the 70s. And they made all these other shit like cell phones. They show you the future cell phone on the motherfucking movies, but they never came the fuck out. Because the advanced technology is not what it is, because technology is trash. That's why they recycle shit all the time. They don't come out with shit every year saying, "Oh, that's just gonna blow your mind." None of this stuff blows my fucking mind because I'm like, yo, why do they keep on recycling shit? Like they do John Madden, they'll recycle John Madden a billion times, telling you John Madden's new, knowing John Madden's nothing but recycled, and all these video games are nothing but recycled. Or they bring back a video game that you played 10 years ago to recycle for the new generation, thinking that the new generation say, "Wow, this is a new video game. Let's make fucking YouTube videos about this new video game." I was like, that video game came out when I was a fucking kid. Like these movies. They do these movies and recycle these movies like my generation never seen these motherfuckers. And they try to make the movies look so fucking great. All this animation bullshit and all this artwork and all this shit that they put on these new movies, it's like, it's the same motherfucking movie. All they do is just take some color and some animation and put it on a movie and thinking that my generation won't know what the fucking movie is. Like they did Poltergeist. This is the reason why I hate recycle movies. Because what they did to Poltergeist, the movie, they ruined the movie Poltergeist. And they ruined the movie Exorcist. Because they wanted to make the movie look more to the newer generation than my generation, which we enjoyed the movie because the movie was actually scary. Now these movies ain't even scary. I seen Final Destination not that long ago. Final Destination was a good movie, but it wasn't scary. Like the old Final Destinations, because they're nothing but reboots. All these new movies are reboots. Just like they bringing out all these other movies to part one and part two. You know part two is not gonna be better than part one. And you know part 10 is not gonna be better than part one. So we just want to go and see it because it's the way they promote it. Oh, this movie's gonna make me fancy. They got all these bright lights and bullshit, and it's like this movie's gonna be good. But when we see it, it's boring as shit. Like God, this movie wasn't better than I see the movie Alien too. That was a good movie, but you knew it was a reboot from part one. It was a reboot. The only thing they did was just add different people to it, and they had different aliens. But you knew it was a storyline from part one of the first Alien that came out. You knew it was a storyline that. It is crazy how people don't see it the way I do. People love this thing, these new motherfucking bullshit shit. All this shit is nothing new. All this shit is old. All they do is just revamp and just recycle stuff. And then they'll tell you it's new. Like I can see back in the 70s, 80s, or back in the 50s, they'll show you something new. Yeah, it was new. It was new because they didn't recycle shit. They always try to make something better than the last thing they had. Today, they don't do that. That's why everybody's sitting in the crib waiting for these new cell phones. They get their taxes just to get new cell phones or get the new car. Why you want to? I will buy a piece of junk before I pay $5 billion for a car. That's not going to fucking. You got to get insurance and not just insurance. You got to get a warranty on the car, hoping the warranty will actually can fix your car without you taking it to a motherfucking regular workshop to pay more money to get the car, and you have to pay for the parts. I'd rather get a piece of junk, go to a junkyard, get the parts for like 10 fucking bucks, get somebody to fight, fix that price for 50 bucks or 100 bucks, that you know is a mechanic, bang, you got it fixed. Go to the Puerto Ricans, go to the Mexicans, go to the Jamaicans or the Africans. They'll fix your car for like 20 bucks. You want to pay $100,000 for an engine, knowing the engine has to be relocated from somewhere else, from a part of the country, or you need that part that you never even fucking heard of, because cars got parts to it you never fucking heard of that are fucking really, really small that help run the car. If you don't have that part, your car is not going to fucking work. Because that's what my mechanic did. He was African. When he fixed my car, I needed a part that was so fucking small on my car. That motherfucking piece would cost like $50 fucking dollars. It was like the size of a fucking pen. It was $100 fucking dollars. Nearly $100 for a little piece that fit in my car, that made my car do something. And I didn't even know what the fuck it did. That used to be, when I was in high school, yeah, I did mechanic work on cars, but that was a long fucking time ago. I forgot all about that shit. But when you start hearing shit about people buying a lot of shit for all the spending money to look good, that's not gonna fucking work. My generation, hell no, we bought a piece of junk car that lasted us for years. Even though we had to fix it. We had friends that knew how to fix a car. We had homies that knew how to fix a car. We got to do, even if you got in a fucking apartment. You know what I mean? You didn't want no big, humongous, large apartment. You just want something small. Even the big apartments were cheap. I mean, but today everything's expensive. It's crazy. It's like the world. The world is like a big gold bar. Right? It's like a big circle of gold. Man, this planet is so expensive, dog. Like if an alien come down here and try to buy the planet, you know they're gonna be charging shit out the motherfucking alien. Oh, you gonna buy this Earth? We're gonna charge you $6 billion for this planet. God damn, I just bought a planet for like 50 million. Like what the fuck? How's more Earth better than the other planet I just bought? It's like we're so we're lazy and we're expensive. We want to go and think that the 90's or even the 80s or 70s was never that decade, the decades that actually we enjoyed, that took us along. And I always look at this generation, I look at these kids, and I'm like, what happened? Why are y'all trying to copycat us? This is y'all generation. This is not ours. Our generation is long gone, long past. Why do y'all want us to? You want to compete? You want us? And why is my generation say, you know what? I want to compete against my grandkids. I want to compete against my son, my daughter. I want to wear what they wear. I want to drive what they drive. Why? Why? Because all that stuff that they had is ours anyway. Is if we just don't want to think ever that we had a great time in our past. Because every time I talk about my past, people get mad at me. Oh, why are you talking about the? Because that's what I fucking missed. That's the only memory of good memory I have in my life is my past. Besides my daughter being born, but the memory of the past is something that I remember because I remember the good times that I fucking had, all the coochie that I fucking got, all the good food, all the good ass looking fucking women, the niggas that came out to see the women, the clubs, the bars, the malls, the economy, cars, um, our friends actually doing shit. Yo, what you doing this weekend? I'm heading to the club. What you doing? I'm coming with you, nigga. Shorty be like, yo, what you doing, homegirl? I'm going to the club, meet some niggas. Let's go. Didn't have no cell phone. Even if they did, they didn't have the cell phones of today. They had the cell phones where you could text and put numbers in and have a camera. That's all they had. And even if they did have text messaging, they really didn't care about social media too much. Cause that's why I like the females in my generation. Because they didn't care about social media too much until they started adding these fucking applications and these apps all over the phone. That's when people started getting more involved in the phone, when they started adding apps. But before that, they only had like 4 apps on phones. And most of the time, you had to buy the apps. Now, apps are for free. People are buying them and people are using them. That's why they're on the phone a lot more than they were in the past because they didn't have apps. They had like 3 or 4 apps, and people were really basically on the apps that actually were good apps like MySpace, Tag, or Local Space, or eHarmony, or some type of dating site that they liked, and they stayed on that site. They didn't take that many pictures because all the pictures wasn't best quality until they started putting all this filtering bullshit in pictures and started making you could crop your photos and all other kind of stuff and paint and shit and make your body more than what it really looks like in a photo. I mean, you can take out blotches and bumps and all that shit out your photos. Back then, you couldn't fucking do that. You look like the photo that you looked like the picture you took that day. And your face was all fucked up. You took that picture. You couldn't do shit with that picture. Now, you crop it, filter it, do all this weird shit to your photos. Even though that's not fucking you, you are just making a fake ass image of yourself to make people like you, get likes and comments. That's how it wasn't back then. That's why I like phones back then because they showed the actual you. And if people didn't like you, fuck you. That was all about. Today, it's more like, oh, you gotta like me because I did so many things to my photos in 3,000 different ways. But that picture's really not me. I had to make it a little bit of artistry to make myself look good. And that's crazy because that's what I'm saying. The past was the best because people see you as you were. You met the person as you were. You didn't have to get all fly because people didn't care about niggas being fly like that. You know what I mean? You could be fly, dressed in nice ass clothes. People didn't really give a fuck. Females only cared about your fingers, your hands, your feet, what you wore on your feet, if your hands were clean, your breath smelled good, your teeth were white. And they didn't care about that either. Because I saw some women who messed with some dirty ass niggas back then. Some grimy ass motherfucking niggas. But they didn't care. You know what I mean? Because they gave him a chance. If a guy will say, yo, shorty, come here, let me talk to you, a female will stop. Walk up to the guy, talk. Even if the woman was never interested in that motherfucker, she will want to see what he got to say and how he kick game. If he could kick that game, females be like, okay, I'll give you a chance. Give her the number. If she didn't like that nigga, it'd probably be the wrong fuck. It'd probably be the wrong number. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. You know what I mean? It's not. Or she probably said she got a boyfriend. I mean, that was what it used to be back then. That's how much fun we used to have back then when we actually had common sense to actually talk to each other. We had conversation. We had actual people stopping and talking. Cell phones. Girls used to have earphones on their ears. They used to have the fucking the CD phones, the CVD, CD we call it. They used to have the Walkman, the CD Walkmans and the Walkmans, and they still took their phones out their ears to talk to a guy. They still would take a chance with him. Girl could be way up the street. Guy run up there and try to talk to the girl. Girl will stop. Yes. What's your name? My name is such and such. Blah, I got a boyfriend. God be like, all right, thank you, shorty. Talk to you later. Guys will stalk a female like a motherfucker today. I had talked to this girl. I tried to talk. I sent this girl a message on this thing called Tread. So she never answered me back. She used to leave me on read. But I knew she was an influencer. So I went back and said to say, this is the same. I made a joke and say, damn, this is the same girl that be dissing me on I wrote her I wrote her a couple of messages. She dissed me. Then some woman that I didn't even fucking know was on her fucking Tread told me I might have been a stalker. How the fuck? I don't even know the girl. I'm a stalker. I'm like, back in the day, females will answer you back. They will answer you back and tell you they have a boyfriend. They're not interested. Why do females leave you on red now? If you're not interested, tell the dude you ain't interested, or block them, or tell them, listen, I'm not interested, or don't accept their friend request. Females will accept a guy's friend request, then block them when the guy tries to talk to them. That don't make any sense to me. Back then, if a girl was not interested in you, they would not be talking to you. They'll walk. They'll keep walking. You know what I mean? Or they'll tell you, look, I'm not interested. I got a man. Women will stop and try to tear you the fuck down. Now, it's funny because, like I said, this generation don't know nothing about respect, don't know about conversation, don't know about how to interact with another person because they're on the cell phone all fucking time, and all they see is an image of another person to a screen. They don't really want to talk to anybody that's actually real because they always believe that people really don't exist, but people do exist, and people do have real lives out there, and people do want to associate besides being on the phone. Because you can take a female out to eat, a female will be on their phone, taking pictures of the food, send it to their Facebook, and still wait for their girlfriend to text them so they can tell them about the date. Why? You're on a date with somebody. Why are you telling another? You already told your female where you're gonna be. You're gonna tell your best friend or your sister, you ever, where you're going. They already know you at a restaurant. They already know where the restaurant is. Why the fuck they gotta know everything that you're doing at a restaurant with a dude? That's your date. Back then we didn't have phones, so dating was dating, like actual dating. Like you went out on a date, you ate, you talked, went to the movies. Then after that, whatever happens, happens. You go home, or you go home with the guy, or you go home with the girl, or you spend some more time with her, a little more time with her, or a little time with him. Out, you're driving around, you're talking, getting to know each other. That was the fun. That was the way you met somebody, get to know. That's why marriage was so common back then than it is today. And how people say, well, I love that. But how you love that motherfucker? You don't even know that nigga. You only met the guy for 5 seconds. You met him on social media. And you fell in love with him on social media, but you never met him in person. And when you meet him in person, he doesn't even look like the photo that he sent you. Or he's probably the same dude that you met that had that same conversation, but all he wants to do is fuck. It's just facts. But when you used to meet the guy in person, you know that if you meet him again, see, one thing I like about the females back then, they never gave you a chance to even get sex in the middle unless they really, really liked you. They wouldn't give you the pussy ASAP. They make you fucking wait. They wouldn't be aggressive. If you were aggressive towards them, they make you have blue balls. That's what I fucking used to like back then. Because people make you have blue balls. Females today, they like, okay, here you go. $5, $20, $30. Back then, men couldn't even get a chance to sift the pussy. If they got a chance to do it, it'd mean the girl really fucking liked them. Or it was probably one of them girls that were fucking easy. But it was hard for a guy to actually even get a kiss from a female. I mean, females wouldn't even kiss a dude if they didn't fucking know them. And they didn't want to have sex with you the first day. They wanted to wait months or maybe a year. Or maybe you got to be their boyfriend, or you got to be their girlfriend, or you got to be a friends with benefits. It got to be something for you to get that ass. And if you did get it, it'll be like you won the lottery. Because back then, it was hard for a guy to even get a female in the bedroom. And if you were in the bedroom, the female would try to get the fuck out the bedroom and try to drag you back down to the living room. Because, like, why were you in the bedroom for? Well, baby, I want to get a little more comfortable. Motherfucker, you trying to fuck. Let me get downstairs to this living room. Because I ain't trying to give you no pussy. We only known each other for like 5 days. I'm trying to give you the 30-day, 20 to 45, 100-day window before I even let you kiss me. Girls don't do that nowadays, dog. It's much easier. That's why these niggas be... Like, it's so crazy that women would distance themselves on social media to try to say, well, I'm not that type of female. But you don't have to be that type of female when you meet a guy in person. You can do the same thing that they did in the past. Females will make guys wait. I mean, they'll put it as a way to make them look like they're not sleazy, they're not tots, they're not sluts and hoes. They did that back when I was growing up. I don't know what happened. Now females are distancing themselves through social media to not talk to a guy because the guy wants some ass. Like, it's crazy. Like, are you serious? You got all these dudes out here, all they see you half naked, So you thinking dudes are not going to be more aggressive towards you when you have no hardly no clothes on? Like I said, social media didn't exist that back when I was growing up. So girls didn't have to really show their bodies like that unless they came the fuck outside and you saw what they were dressed in. Yeah, a lot of women wear some skimpy outfits. A lot of women wear booty shorts and shit. But you will only see that on the street. You wouldn't see that because the phone shows you more of what females are trying to show you before you even get to meet them, and then they try to dress like they normal when they meet you in person, knowing they were half dressed and half naked in a bathing suit with their breast all out. But when they fucking see you in person, they want to dress all classy and shit. Like, bitch, I saw you fucking half naked in the photo of that video. What the? You up there shaking your ass in the video? Now you trying to look all classy and sophisticated? No, I'm sorry. I don't see you that way. That's why guys don't see females the way they're supposed to see a female, dog. They see a female nowadays different. They see a woman half naked. Like, cause like me sending my homie a video of a girl, opening up her mouth, trying to say, give me some of that, give me some of that wood. And next thing you know, she at the table, she's looking all dressed up, all nice in her little dress, looking all nice and pretty, smelling all good. But you step homie send you that photo, yo, that girl that you with, this is what I asked she's on. Oh shit. But you're looking at her, she up there smiling at you. So how's your day? My day's doing good right about now. And you're looking at the photo and she got her mouth wide open. You're like, oh shit. Oh damn. So what you doing after this? Guy's mind's already thinking about he gonna fuck. No respect. There's no respect at all. Because if he didn't see that photo, it'll probably be a lot different. Because he probably wouldn't respect you because he didn't see what he saw on that video. I mean, but now that your homies sending you videos, because hey, that's what we do. That's what us homies do. If we see a female that we know that's a freak or whatever, we send our homie the video. If they out on a date with them, like, yo, we're gonna video. Oh shit, hey, she got nice. That's her. Damn, she's sitting right in front of me right now. She all dressed all nice, smelling all good, hair all done. Yo, but she was kind of good. This motherfucking photo. She got no drawers on. Damn, she got legs all open. But that's an image of a man. That's us. That's us being men. It ain't us being disrespectful. Like, you already respect yourself when you fucking post the photos of you half naked. So you think guys ain't gonna supposed to respect you? Girls be up there trying to put clothes on, saying, I'm not half naked anymore. Do you like me with clothes on? Like, are you serious? A guy should like you with clothes on. Like, he should only see you with the clothes off if y'all get intimate. But nowadays it's not like that's why I like the 90s because women didn't do that. Women didn't allow you to get that far. That's why I believe my generation of men don't like the women generation of the past. We like the women of this generation because we think it's a lot easier, a lot quicker to get what we want out of these women today than it was in the past because women gave us a little bit harder trouble to even go out with them. Like we wanted to go out with a female, we had to fucking wine and dine the motherfuckers, but not wine and dine in the sense of spend a whole bunch of fucking money because females didn't care that you took them to McDonald's, Burger King, Wawa. They didn't care. I'm not saying every female back in the day wanted you to take them there because we didn't have Starbucks yet. We didn't have a lot of them big name places that people were spending a whole bunch of money on to take somebody the fuck out, like the Cheesecake Factory and all that bullshit. I mean, Cheesecake Factory existed back in the 90s, but it wasn't big like that. And we had seafood shandy, we had Red Lobster, but that was all cheap. We had Sizzlers, cheap. You can go there to Sizzlers and pay $10 for a whole bunch of fucking food. That was the fucking same thing with seafood shandy before it was changed to Red Lobster. They used to fucking have $9. You could have an all-you-can-eat buffet. Cause they used to have all-you-can-eat buffets back then. Cause that's what basically the 90s had was all-you-can-eat buffets, and they were all fucking cheap. So you could take a girl out. You could go to McDonald's and buy a hamburger for 99 cents with French fries, or a whole meal for like $5. Today you gotta pay like 25. Me and my homie went to fucking Popeyes. We spent like almost 30 fucking dollars for some fucking food that really honestly was nasty as shit. Like for real, spending all this money on food in this generation is all the food is nasty, dried out. It's like you can't even go to a Chinese store anymore and they have dried out food. Like that food is dry. Unless you go somewhere that actually make the food, cook it in front of you, which they really barely do nowadays. Because when you go to these people don't even go to them restaurants anyway because they're so expensive. Everything's expensive. You can't like back then go to Burger King, Popeyes didn't exist, but we had chicken places that actually were cheap. They actually cooked the food in front of you. Actually was hot, and you ate them, and you actually enjoyed the food. Today you can't enjoy this shit no more. You gonna fucking try to throw the food away. You can't finish it. The food make you have indigestion and heartburn. You know what I mean? And it's just like it's like crazy. Like it's just like when you think about it, like they really believe that everything is just so fantastic. Haircuts. I never thought I would see a haircut cost $100 fucking, though. No, my fault. It was a haircut that was $300 on YouTube, and they said it was the perfect haircut. I'm like, how fucking perfect is a fucking haircut? There's no such thing as a perfect haircut. Like I used to get haircuts back when I was growing up. It was like fucking $10 fucking, and not even that. It used to be fucking $5 for a fucking shape up. $6. It was $6 or $5 for a shape up. Before there was $3 for a shape up, and it was like $8 for a haircut. Now it's $100 to $300 for a haircut. Don't get it twisted way. Wash your hair. After they wash your hair, well, you don't even want your hair washed, but they wash your hair because you washed your hair before you got to the barbershop. But they want to wash your hair again, which they're making you pay to wash your hair. Then the clippers that they're using, you can order that shit online. You actually learn how to cut your own fucking hair. But people don't want to do that to themselves. You can learn how to cut your own hair. They teach you how to fucking do that on YouTube. But like I said, they'll spend $340 for a haircut. Like I just don't understand. Like it's just so everything is so crazy expensive. Cause they'll tell you, oh, we gotta pay our employees, but we're paying your employees. You're really not paying your employees. We're paying you to pay your employees. Like everything is crazy, yo. Like can't watch movies anymore. Everything you gotta buy movies now. You gotta download movies for like $50, $100. Movies that you already recycling seed, all fucking ready. Unless you got Fire Stick, and Fire Stick is going to be changing probably their rules one day to make it more expensive for you to watch Fire Stick. You know what I mean? Everything's crazy, yo, and it's just like you wish people say that everything's fucked up today, but if you look at the past of the '90s, everything was going good because the economy and everything was going good. I know we had a lot of drive-bys, gangs, all that shit, drugs, the AIDS epidemic, all that shit was all that era. But the thing about it is that, even though it was hard for us to live to be 25 because the average age back then was the age of 25 that you had to survive, but we enjoyed it, dog. Like I said, we wasn't afraid of nothing. We didn't fear nobody. We didn't fear guns. We didn't fear bullets. We didn't fear none of that shit. We went outside when things were really, 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 really bad. Like if it was I swear to God, if the pandemic actually existed in the '90s, we would still been outside. Even when Obama was in office, when they had the measles outbreak, no, they had the swine flu outbreak, everybody was still outside. He was like, well, it didn't kill that many people. Okay, but we're still fucking outside. There was an outbreak that killed people. Just like the smallpox, the chickenpox, all of them were outbreaks. And they fucking still, even Ebola was an outbreak. We still was outside and we still doing stuff. And we wasn't afraid of shit. Even though chickenpox was like big during the '90s, we were outside enjoying ourselves. Kids stayed in the house for like 5 minutes on punishment. You know what I mean? And then they were outside again. Our parents were harder. They were harder on us because they wanted to see us not be lazy. Like we know that we got out of school and we sat in school all motherfucking year in a fucking room being taught shit. So we had to get up early in the morning to go to school, then come home and do homework and go to bed. They knew summer was coming. They didn't want us to get lazy like we were in school. We had to sit at tables all day and learn about shit. So they wanted us to play. They put us in camps. They put us in fucking sport camps. They put us in things that made us say, you know what, I can't wait to get up in the morning and go back to camp. Mom, Dad, can we go to the pool? Mom, Dad, can I get a bike? Mom, Dad, can we go on a trip? Mom, Dad, can we go to Disney World? Can we go to Florida? Can we go to Virginia? Can we go to Baltimore? We were out. Packed us up in the car. Your mom even had to tell you where you were fucking going. Get up. Get Saturday, we're going somewhere. Where we going? What I ain't telling you. Get dressed. Get ready. Pack this, pack that. Go to Great Adventure. Go to motherfucking Dorney Park. That's when, or we go to the camping, or we go fishing. We go out doing shit because our parents didn't want us to be fucking lazy. They didn't want us to be sitting up in the house like we're doing the fuck now. Man, our motherfucking parents would probably roll over their grave. That's why our parents are still going the fuck out and doing shit. I be saying, if my mom was alive today, my mom probably be traveling the fucking world. You know what I mean? I see my friends, family members, they all going the fuck somewhere. They don't stay in the fucking crib. They're out. They're out unless they're sick. That's different. Unless they feel like everything is not what it was. They can get around like they used to because everything's expensive, or they don't drive. I see, but these motherfuckers, my generation before me, them motherfuckers be traveling the fucking world, be out there getting up. Yo, where you going, Grandma? I'm going out, man, with your grandfather. Me and him headed to Puerto Rico. We gonna get it down this weekend, and they like 90 fucking years old. You know what I mean? Grandpa taking pictures and taking videos of, you know what I mean, they getting it in and shit, or putting some lotion on her back and shit, or running in the water, jumping in the water, jumping in the pool and shit, while we sitting up there like, damn, man, I wish I could do that. Motherfucker, you only fucking in your 40s. How is 40? How are we in our 40s, in our 30s, and we lazy? I don't get it. We're not even in our prime. We weren't in our prime yet. The new 40s is supposed to do to be the new 30s, but we're acting like the new 40s is the new 60s. And we act like we're 60 fucking years old, sitting in the crib all fucking day, watching our older generation having fun, and the millennials and the Generation Z's and many other alphabets having fun. But my generation is trapped in the fucking middle, sitting there looking at these generations, and we're sitting up there like, oh, they're not better than us. Motherfuckers, they're fucking doing shit. We ain't doing shit. We got lazy when they started closing everything that we enjoyed or got rid of things that we enjoyed. So we just say, you know what, fuck it. Everything's expensive now. Everything's this or that. But people are still going out there doing shit. And it makes me mad because I'm like, damn, man, like it's hard to do things when you can't go to these places because you don't got the fucking money. Or you do have the money, you're afraid to spend it because it's so expensive. I mean, if everything was cheaper like the 90s and the 80s where everybody be doing shit. Like everybody be even my generation will be doing shit because everything will still be the same. But they changed everything. They took everything from us. Because they wanted our generation to die so fast because they knew the 90s was the greatest decade of all time, including probably the 60s, they probably say the 50s and the 60s, but I believe the 90s was the greatest decade of all time because that's what everything came to be of what it is today. Like I said, cell phones, technology, because the 90s started that shit. Deeply started the new technology trend of today. Because all of these cell phones and shit would never been the fuck out if it didn't happen in the 90s. I mean, so basically it was the birth of the technology, birth of cell phones, birth of all this fucking bullshit that they say is new, but it's all fucking recycled shit. And we can't enjoy the stuff that we used to have because these kids are taking our stuff and selling it. I never seen so many pair of Jordans being sold, knowing they think these Jordans are new. You know, and I never thought that you would actually see Batman, Robin, Harley Quinn, or even any type of comic book being sold for thousands of dollars. And you'd be like, God damn, like, that's our shit. That's our stuff. Why do they take our shit, this younger generation take our shit, sell it, and thinking it's theirs? And knowing it's ours because we were the first ones that touched it. I have comic books sitting down here that are probably new comic books, but I'm like, damn, if I had my older comic books, people are like, well, you would probably sell them too. I probably would be selling because that is the new thing now. But for me to keep something of mine, I wouldn't sell all my comic books because that is something to me that I had that, I will save it for probably the next generation to see. Because you get rid of all your stuff that you had, people won't even believe the stuff that you used to do back in the thing was fun. People, like I said, none of the people that I knew that when I was watching grow up, and I used to tell them about my past, they never believed anything a goddamn thing I said about the 90s. Oh, the 90s. It's like they do with sports. Oh, Jordan wasn't the best in the 90s. 90s defense was trash. Sports was trash. The food was trash. All the generation of kids are saying that shit about my generation, but they wasn't even born in that generation. But they'll tell you that, oh, that was trash. But I'm in this generation, and I see this generation. I see the millennials. I seen the Z's. I see the alphabets of this generation, and it's trash. Now this generation and the millennials probably been in the late 90s. They seen a little bit of my generation, but this crazy trash. There's nothing exciting about this motherfucking generation at all. The weather's fucked up. Yeah, I mean, we have earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes everywhere, rainstorms. We don't even know what fucking if it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. Because nowadays it's fucking cold in the summer and it's fucking warm in the winter and it snows sometimes during the fall. We don't even know what motherfucking fucking summer, spring, or fall. We don't even know what day it is to be saying, okay, it's nice out here today. Okay, why is it fucking snowing? And it's fucking like 60 degrees out here. They control the weather. It's fucked up, man. We drought, famine. It's crazy, yo. We go through so much, man. That's why I'm saying time machine. We go back in time and we could just go and just I could just sit there and just 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 love the times that I had, and watch myself and say I could probably smack myself in the back of the head on the shit I'd done that was stupid back then. But to enjoy life, man, it's like I wish if I do pass, I hope I could go travel back in time and be reborn again in the 70s and just do it again. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you do want to be reborn, and sometimes you want to have that time again because that was the best time of your life. Sometimes you be like, damn man, if I have to die, just let me just be reincarnated back in the 90s or the 70s. Let me be reborn. Let me enjoy them times that I had back with my friends and the females I've been around and family, you know what I mean, that passed on that you don't see anymore. I mean, you just want that time back. You can't get that time back because you got to move on. But sometimes you don't, it's hard to. Because every time I reminisce like that song, I reminisce, oh my God, I reminisce about so much things that I've done that was so enjoyable that they don't have today. They took away to make us feel like, damn, y'all never had it. And then let somebody tell you that you should move on. No, fuck you. I'm not moving on from my memories. Yeah, I move on in time because Father Time is undefeated. Yeah, I'm gonna move on because I can't defeat Father Time, but I'm not gonna let you defeat my memories. Are you fucking serious? You want to think about the future? Go to fuck it. You don't like the past that you went through? That's your choice. Because I know you probably had fun in your past. It's just you just let things that you didn't have enjoyed in your past get to you more than the stuff that you did enjoy. And I'm thinking about the things I enjoyed in my homies, clubs, bars, hotels, especially the hotels. That's what I enjoyed more than any fucking thing else. But still, that was a great memory for me. Even my family, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, can't say Valentine's because everybody has bad Valentine's. 4th of July, New Year's, all that shit you enjoyed, dog, because all that shit was just exciting. Like, events, concerts, just the things that make you say, God damn, I wish they had that shit today. But they don't have any of that shit today. Or they're trying to bring it back out, thinking that the older generation is going to remember that shit. Like, stop trying to bring out shit. Give this shit to this new generation. Leave us alone because we had that, been there, done that. We don't need no recycle shit. My generation gets sick and tired of recycled shit. And they thinking that it's new. Like this is enjoyable to us. Like we want to go to these movie theaters and see these old ass movies that we see 30 years ago. They're recycled motherfucking movies that they always add on new shit to these movies, and their movies are trash. You got these directors thinking, oh, we could bring out the Fantastic Four. Knowing the Fantastic Four it was trash. He-Man, trash. All these movies were trash. And they're gonna be trash again. Like they brought out Transformers, going that I grew up at the time of the Transformers in 1986 when the original Transformers came out. Then they made these Transformers, making these ugly ass robots that don't even look like robots. They look like scary ass motherfucking Halloween costumes, but they made it into a movie. And they believe that the generation of my generation say, oh my God, Transformers coming out. Oh my God, look at Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime will never fucking look like that. Megatron never looked like that. Ultraman, not Ultraman, Devastator never looked like that. Those are things that Steven Spielberg said, hey, let's make a new generational fucking robots for this new generation, not to the old generation that loved Transformers, which Transformers was the biggest icon of the 80s and 90s, was one of the biggest icons of cartoons. They took that and destroyed it. Like they did all the cartoons they try to fucking do. I remember they created Smurfs. I remember they created the Smurfs. I remember they created what else? They created all these other cartoons that they took out and they destroyed. I'm glad they didn't remake Voltron. I'm so happy they didn't remake Voltron. I'm really glad they didn't make remake what's that other movie? A lot of other movies they didn't remake. Like they try to remake motherfucking Godzilla, knowing Godzilla should be remade. And they made it into a dinosaur that looks so weird looking with a small ass fucking head and a big ass body, which Godzilla didn't look like that. King Kong, the same way. They destroyed these movies and made us, my generation, feel like, wow, they're coming out with Godzilla again. Okay, Godzilla was out like 50 years ago. Oh, they really fucked it up again because they keep on remaking the same fucking Godzilla. Or they keep remaking the same King Kong because King Kong Island was already out in the fucking 1900s, I think the 1920s, and they brought it out again to make it look like it was really look like the past. And really, honestly, the past, Godzilla was way better because it had a lot. It was a little bit animated, but it was still a lot better. Like it was all it's better. Like things were better back then than it is today. Like you can't even go to the store and get a bag for your food. I mean, you gotta buy bags now. You got it's crazy, yo. Like things are so the little small fucking things that we used to have in the past that made us say, "Wow, I hope they never change this shit." And they fucking changed it for the newer generation to have it harder for them, but they really made it harder for us because now we're like, God damn, like we could just take a time machine, step in that time machine only one motherfucking time, and go back to 1970s, 1980s, or 1990s, or even the late 90s, and we could go back and just chill to the movie theater, the clubs, the bars. I'm trying to tell you, I miss the females back then, dog. Even though I can still see the females I grew up in the 90s, they don't look the same because they like social media destroyed them too. So a lot of these women in my generation got destroyed by social media. They got sucked in by social media. And even my homies of this day's generation got sucked in with social media. Yeah, because back then we didn't care nothing about it. We didn't want it. Now we have it. Now we don't know what to do with it. Now we're brainwashed and we're sucked into these things. And we think everything is fucking new. And we know it's not. We're being drove to my generation is being drove to a limit of failure, of laziness, and we don't know. And I keep telling people, what happened to us? Why do we let this happen to us? Why do we let this shit go on for this long? And then why we just give up and say, well, since we can just not get ourselves in shape, let me go over here and be with my granddaughter or my daughter or my son or my grandson and try to be just like them. Listen to their crappy ass music, eat their crappy ass food. Everything is crappy. But gotta stay in the new norm now. Gotta stay hip. I can't let these kids think I'm not hip or not cool. Why the fuck I want to be cool with these damn kids? I don't give a fuck these kids don't think I'm cool. These are kids. Why would I care about a younger generation of me? Why would I care about my daughter making me think I look cool? Come on now. Come on now. I'm not trying to hear to make me cool. I'm your father. Why? Come on now. I'm not trying to be like you or hang out with you or hang out with your want to be with your girlfriends or be with your friends. No, I don't want to do all that shit. I mean, I want to see you be happy. I want to see you enjoy your legacy. Enjoy your life. Why would I want to be hanging around you? I hang around you when you come around me. We hang out. We do father and daughter things. Not being out with your girlfriend. Not hanging out with your girlfriends, friends, or anything like that. I don't want to do all that shit. I don't know how people do that shit. I just don't. I just don't understand. Oh, I want to be more protective of my son and my daughter. Well, they grown. Why the fuck you need to hang out with them? Why the mom and dad need to hang out with their sons at a club? It don't make no sense. That's why you got friends. Oh, well, my friends are older, they're dead. Well, it's time for you to find some new friends the same age as you, probably still alive. Like, you think it's like shit. Like it's 4.5 billion men on the planet. Like it's 4.1 billion. No, it's 4.8 billion men on the planet. There's 4.1 billion women on the planet too. So we can't use that as an excuse. Like, come on, man. The most of them are around our age, but we don't do nothing but sit in the house all day. We don't travel. We don't travel. We don't do nothing. We caught on a lazy bug, yo, and we got caught big time on a lazy bug. Like lazy, dog. I never thought my generation would be so fucking lazy because we were never like this. Never, never like this. We enjoyed ourselves, had fun, man. We smoked weed, get high, like drunk, whatever. It was something that we did. Like we did with friends. You know what I mean? Our homies. Used to have 50. I used to hang around niggas with 50 deep, 100 deep. And now you only got a few. And it's crazy. Like, and I look at my friends because I know they got family and all that kind of stuff. But that shouldn't stop nobody, dog. Especially us, how wild we were. We were wild motherfuckers back then, dog. Wild. This is why this generation don't believe that we were nothing. They look at us like, yo, y'all trash. Oh, y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all hang out, y'all go to clubs, y'all ain't go to bars. I guess so we can't prove it. They're all fucking gone. We can't prove nothing that we used to do because we didn't have the technology of what they had today so they can prove everything that they're doing. The only thing we have is like pictures, like little pictures of off of a camera. I mean, or we have videos, but that's not going to show them anything. Like I used to tell people we used to play football all the fucking time. I bet you the people that we tell we play football all the time don't believe me because we don't have video of us playing football at all. We used to play football every Sunday, all day, every day. We used to play basketball all the time. We didn't have no videos, no cameras around to take videos of us. We could put it on YouTube and show what we used to do back then. That's why a lot of these young generations don't believe any of us because we don't have the technology that they had today to prove that we ever did anything like that. So they don't believe us. They really think that we're boring and trash. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm gonna end this video like this, man. I just missed my time. I just missed that the atmosphere. We had a great atmosphere. We had a lot of energy. We had a lot of fun. We had parents that were parents that didn't want us because I know a lot of my generation would be mad at our parents. Oh, why they always kept us outside? Because we supposed to get that sun. That was our energy. That was us. We had to meet females. That's how us guys met females. That's how us guys met other guy friends. That's how we got into sports. That's how we played basketball. Because we didn't just stay at one court. We used to travel to other courts all across the city to play basketball. Ride our bikes somewhere else or walk somewhere else to go and play some basketball or some football. Or we met people in camp. Or we met people at clubs, like little clubs that we had when we were kids. Then when we got older, then we started using that stuff that we learned when we were younger to add it to our repertoire when we went to clubs and shit. So when we met females, we knew how to talk to females because back then, when we were younger, we were interested in females. Because when we were young, we were always interested in females. Catch a girl, freak a girl. You know what I mean? That used to be, or we used to play money hunt. We used to chase the girls around. You know what I mean? We're a little scrawny little penises, but we still, we're trying to get something off, even though we didn't have no sex until we were teenagers or probably a little bit older. And then we used that repertoire. We used that when we got older. That's why we were freaks back then. Because we knew how to get to the females because we did that shit when we were young. And that's why we were never afraid to talk to females because we always had that confidence. Today, there's no fucking confidence in shit no more. Even my generation don't even talk to girls anymore. We sit there watching her walk past us or we just whisper, damn, she got fat ass. Oh my God, she looks sexy. Oh, but we're not going up there talking to them because we don't want to get turned down. Or we didn't have that type. Back then, we didn't get turned down. So we're afraid to get turned down because we never got turned down in the past. But today, now we get turned down, we feel like a little bit disrespected or a little bit hurt. Like, damn, this girl disrespected. This girl turned me the fuck down. We never got turned down when we were young. So that's why we're a little bit afraid of, we're a little bit nervous to talk to females nowadays than we did back then because we wasn't scared. I mean, we had the confidence in the world to chase a girl down from half a block. Yo, what's up, shorty? Oh my God, man, I just ran across the motherfucking bridge to try to talk to you, girl. God damn, I got a boyfriend. Okay, okay, I'm gonna run back across the bridge now. But at least I tried. Oh, yeah, you still cute, but I got a boyfriend. If I didn't have a boyfriend, I'd try to talk to you. Oh, thank you. Gave him a little confidence. We run across the bridge. Yeah, she said she would have talked to me if she had no boyfriend. But at least they would have gave us confidence. We run across the bridge right now, girl will fucking keep walking. Like, won't even turn around and talk to you. I mean, or she'll call the cops on you. Or she'll say you're harassing her. That's how it is today. That's why we men don't talk. We're afraid to actually go to a female because we're afraid of how much energy she's going to give us ignorant. Then give it out positive energy. At least see if she'll give us a chance. Or if she don't, is not interested, she can say, "No, I'm good. I got a man. No, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm not interested. I don't want a boyfriend. I don't want nobody to talk to. I just want to be. I like the single life. Okay, we'll take that as a not an ignorant, blow at us, and we'll fucking walk away. Man, girls will be fucking saying some harsh shit. Talk about clothes. Talk about hair. Talk about I got no money. My car's sitting right there. It's not a Lexus or a Mercedes. Your car's trash. You know what I mean? You see the videos they be showing on YouTube about how they be fucking grinding out men on social media because they don't have the things that they want the guy to have. Back then, a guy could pull up in a fucked up car. As long as that motherfucker had a car, female didn't give a fuck what the car looked like. The car could be a piece of trash. Oh, will you picking me up? Because the girl didn't care. Women care nowadays about what your car look like, what your car sound like, what kind of system you got in your car. I mean, what your car look like if it's not like a Ferrari or a Bentley or a Testarossa or any type of car that's over $20,000 or over 100 something $1,000. Just you can't even get in a conversation with them. If you're not wearing Prada, you're not wearing Gucci, you're not wearing anything that's over $5,000 on your back or on your feet. If your haircut ain't worth $100, they ain't giving you no fucking time of day. I mean, they ain't giving you nothing. It's all about money. Like my young boy got this. by some girl, even though she was the most unattractive female on the planet. But my homie, he got this. After the girl asked him for money, she never answered his phone calls the whole weekend that he tried to call and try. He wanted to take her out, take her to a restaurant, because he liked her. She said that she liked him, so he thinking that he got a chance. Now she said all this stuff to him that made it look good that she was interested. Next thing you know, he gave her a little bit more money. It was $8, but it was still money. Gave her a little $8. Next thing you know, he tried to call her, tried to take her out the weekend. Bad. Guess what? She dissed the shit out of him. Never answered the phone. Had no interest. Only thing she wanted was money from him for some chicken to feed her family. Think about that. What kind of con art and shit is that? But the thing about it is that he was hurt. He was heartbroken. I told him straight the fuck up. You're a grown ass man, yo. You're in your 40s. You about to be 40. You don't need to be wasting your time with little girls, dog. She's young minded. Stop wasting yourself with a young ass female and get yourself a grown ass woman. I'm not saying all world women are like younger women, because there's a lot of younger, older women that don't grow up either. But I'm just saying, like, stop messing with these girls. The only thing they want to dig in your pockets. Mess with a girl that actually wants to be with you. See, I like when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. It was never like that. Girl didn't want to be with you. She tell you straight the fuck up. She didn't want your money in your pocket. She had her own money. So you mess with these girls that don't have their own money. So they're gonna be grinding for you to spend money on them. When they find out that they have money, then they're gonna try to keep their money from you. But at least you know a female got some cheddar in her pocket. But you mess with that girl, she nasty as hell. She nasty as shit. Dog, I wouldn't even know why the fuck he even had some interest in that female. That female was, oh my goodness, like, she was disgusting. I don't know what it is today, but I don't think people say, well, it's not about looks. Okay, you gotta have some type of attraction, you know, to make that person look at you like, okay, I like that person. Kind of, at least, I mean, I don't want nobody dressing up and put a whole bunch of makeup on to make them look like they not. I wouldn't mind. Okay, the female didn't have no makeup on. She was dressing her regular self. Maybe because, I don't know. It's just like, she was attracted to me. So, to him, he liked her. He thought she liked him. It turned out that it didn't turn out that way. He heartbroke. We had to pump him up. Hope he's not thinking. I hope he's not trying to get to her, because I know he's little. His mind is fucked up right now. So he's going to probably try to impress her. I said, you don't have to press a girl that don't have no money, dog. Don't try to impress somebody that don't got nothing. Don't try to impress somebody that don't have nothing. So I'm hoping that he's all right, though. I'm off this thing, yo, because I said I was gonna make a video alone. Fucking hungry. Like, this medication's fucking me up. Bless to everybody.